Well, Annemarie van Zijl joins me now live from a donkey sanctuary in South Africa's Western Cape province. Annemarie, thanks so much for joining us. We just saw a report there from Kenya, but it needs to be said that China has really challenged South Africa in its demand for foods and medicines. Illegal rhino and abalone poaching has decimated those populations. So how concerned are you now about the growing demand for donkey?
Thank you. We're very, very concerned indeed, particularly because of the welfare impact for the animals and also the welfare impact for the owners who are dependent on them.
But the Chinese say donkeys are not particularly difficult to reproduce. They're definitely not endangered species. They're hardy animals and can easily be farmed.
I don't quite agree with that. I don't think that sustainability studies have been done. Donkeys are slow breeders, and the demand is absolutely horrendously huge. So I do think that there is a danger, and that the market will try to satisfy the demand without looking at future perspective and the fact that people are still going to be dependent on donkeys for many, many decades to come.
And explain that. I mean, we say that it affects communities and their livelihoods. How so?
Well, I think obviously one doesn't always see this because donkey-dependent communities are in very deep rural areas where there are no roads, there are no fueling stations, and so you just don't see them. But there are a lot of villages in South Africa and in Africa where the only form of transport is the donkey. And if the donkey is stolen, as they often are, or sold to be slaughtered for short-term gain, the children can't go to school, the water can't be fetched from the river, crops can't be transported. It's as though your car is stolen and every other car in the village is stolen at the same time. Plus, the replacement value of the donkeys soars because of the value of the skins, particularly now.
So what's the worst case scenario, if I can put it that way? What that you could envision happening if this trade increases?
I think the worst case is the impact on the very poor people who are dependent on them, because it is actually a black market trade in South Africa. It's illegal the way the skins are being exported without their value being announced. So there is a lot of stealing, poaching, and people are just waking up in the morning in the village and all the donkeys are gone. So one might say, oh, there are a lot of donkeys, they're not going to die out, but their value is going through the roof for people who are dependent on them. So, and in the far areas, they can't really be replaced easily.
And then in your opinion, it is possible then that donkeys will end up where abalone and rhino has in South Africa?
It looks like a distinct possibility, yes, but with a far greater sociological impact.
Okay. Annemarie van Zijl, I'd like to thank you so much for joining us there from McGregor, Western Cape, South Africa.